Hello again, everybody! I'm Mr. McSquare, and welcome back to yet another episode of the lovely Java Coast. And, as advertised from last episode, today we're going to build iron farms. And the first thing you gotta do is site selection. Where the heck are we going to put these things? They've got a bit of a footprint, so it's not like a 5x5 square. It's much bigger than that. And I had this flat area here that I was just using to grow trees and harvest them. So we're going to terraform that out and make a big construction area for our farms. Okay, now that that's done, including bringing the terrain out into the water a little bit further, just so that we've got ample space. Because it's not just the farm, you've got to spawn-proof the area around it so that your iron golems are in a controlled space. And this model is totally being taken from Wattles. Thank you, Wattles. And he's like one guy I'm not going to bother putting a link in the description for Wattles. Because if you don't know who Wattles is, then what? Thanks for watching my Minecraft videos, but like, some of those guys have been around a long time and have thousands of videos. That being said, this is one of Wattles' designs, and by design I mean the mechanics of it. I'll put my own artistic flair on it later. And again, I'm going to use my trial chamber resources, so it'll be tough, and then eventually, not on this episode, but off camera, I'll put like copper roofing and such on it. So the easiest way to spawn proof an area is to turn grass blocks into path blocks. And we are going to need an 8-block buffer from these villagers that are going to be in this chamber here. So for Java Edition, the mechanics are different than Bedrock. And we're going to need 3 villagers in beds that are going to get scared by a zombie. So that's going to be our villager chamber. And unfortunately for this farm, they can't be free range. They've got to stay in this room so that the iron farm keeps on pumping out and the iron golems stay within the controlled spawnable area. So that'll be the 3 villagers. We will give them some glass though. We won't put them in a black box. Then adjacent to this, we're going to have to build a zombie chamber. And a big thing that you must remember that Wattles explains quite well in his tutorial is that you have to name tag the zombies, otherwise they'll despawn. And that'd be horrible to do all that work just to have your trigger mechanism, the zombie, disappear. Spawn-proof everything, and not just lighting up. Lighting up won't do because the spawns that we're controlling are iron golems, and the iron golems don't care about light levels. So it has to be spawn-proof blocks. Okay, so that's the chamber for the 3 villagers, or at least the footprint of where they're going to be staying. And then adjacent here is going to be the zombie chamber. Of course, they can't have the same room, otherwise you're going to have zombified villagers. So he's got to be kept separate. And that solid block there is just a control mechanism that the farm doesn't start before we're ready. Because I don't want iron golems all over the place and then have to fight bloody iron golems just to control the chaos. So we got a solid block, and we'll remove that solid block when we're ready. And we're just not ready yet, we're building. So zombie chamber 1 by 1 and villager chamber 3 by 3. Yes, more light for your unfortunate conditions. I know they're just digital creations without feelings and souls, but it's depressing. Make things beautiful. Don't want prisons everywhere. Okay, these trapdoors are excellent mechanisms to try and steer your villagers into the controlled area. And you'll see that in just a few minutes. I think I'll solid that up just on the corners. Make it look like it's got structural support instead of bricks being supported by glass, which doesn't feel right to me. But framing the glass, structurally I'm feeling better about that. Still using stone tools until we get this iron farm going. Okay, this end here, where the zombie is, this side is going to be the collection side. By collection, I mean that's where the iron golems will be destroyed and recycled into their base parts. Okay. And we gotta capture the zombie. So he only needs a 2 high space, but to drop him in, we're gonna need a 3 high space with a trapdoor so he can go and get stuck. Three high will do. You don't need any more. And this is just a temporary stairway that I can run up here. The zombie can chase me, and I can lure him over top the trapdoor, and then I've got my zomboid. We'll block that up just to make sure that he doesn't run around the trapdoor and wreck my day. He's got to come through the control point. Okay, that's all set up. And now, basically, they'll chase me, they'll fall in, I'll close it up. And remember to put a block on top, because if the zombie's not wearing a hat, and depending on which block you used, like I used a semi-transparent oak trapdoor, the zombie will burn. And then you'll have like burnt crispy work that you have to clean up. Jumping foot. Oh yeah. Parkour. Anyway, so the trap is set, and now we just need a zombie and a name tag. And while we're waiting for nighttime, we'll just expand out the controlled area. So again, following Wattle's wonderful tutorial, it's 8 blocks out. 8 blocks out from the villager chamber, which is actually 9 from their beds. So that's the magic number there. That's going to make that safe. That when they panic and spawn iron golems, they're not going to be able to spawn out here. Because that is not a valid spawning block. And ultimately, the only valid spaces we're going to leave for the iron golems to spawn are going to be on top of the farm. And then there will be a water channel that will push them to a collection point. Stone tools, dig, dig, dig. Okay, in there. It's not a lot of work either, but the payoff is huge for this thing. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So, nighttime, we name tagged him. Just a little thing there. I just call him Zomboid. Now, luckily, this guy's got a hat. But that doesn't really matter too much because we're going to put him in a protected space. Here he comes. Turn on the shield. Bounce off the shield. Oh, there you go. Hit the shield with me. Close it up. And now he's mine. Next, we just need our villagers. Okay. So, done with nighttime. Get the heck out of the night where the monsters go. And then coax your villagers in. The best bait for villagers is a workstation. So that's why I just ran over to the barrel and went, hey, I'm a fisherman. Oh, the trapdoor's not open. Got it closed, so he just hopped off of it. Try and push that sucker in. Yeah, trapdoor makes it easier. Because he'll run over the trapdoor without recognizing the state it's open or closed. And now there he is. And then basically repeat that process. And you got 3 villagers. 3 villagers, and then you can finish the construction. Just scaffold and get back up there. Gotta make the water channels come. Okay, it's not active yet because there's still that solid block for the zombie. Putting stairs here. Water will travel 7 water blocks. So there's the block that you put the water in plus 7. And that's going to create a flow. And the flow ends over top of the stairs. So whoever goes to the end of the flow is going to get pushed down super quick. And then follow with the reflection system. Okay. Water gap water makes a permanent water source in the middle. And that creates our flow. The flow will end right over top of the stairs. And that's just enough. That's enough. Just perfect length there. If it flows over the side, you're going to have a bit of a mess because that's where your hoppers and other collection components will be. So the water funnel will come down, put in the collection system, which is just going to be a double chest. I really recommend a double chest because this thing, it's got a pretty high output. And if you want to do more than a double chest, it's not a terrible idea either. But a single chest or a barrel, that's not going to cut it. The other thing that's super important about why I selected this location is because it's still within the active distance of my base. So if I'm working away at my base, this farm is still going to be producing. It's still within activation radius. Now, if I'm 1,000 blocks away, this thing automatically shuts off because the chunk isn't turned on. Yeah, got that all lined up correct. Always test everything. Okay. That wall there, it's the perimeter, but it's a little too low. It's got to come up one. Because we put a sign down at one level. We're going to put lava on top of it. And then we've got to put a sign at one level higher on all 4 sides so that the lava doesn't flow away and burn stuff. And it's important that you have the gap between the lava and the hoppers so that when the flowers and the iron fall down, the lava doesn't burn them up. Put that little bit of a gap. As soon as they fall, they're underneath the lava. And then into the hopper. Aesthetically, design-wise, I'm going to change this just slightly, but we got to get the mechanics of it working first. We can make it look pretty good. Okay. Just got to crouch, then click the lava, and there it is. You see the lava's trapped by the signs. It can't flow to the other blocks, which is ironic because the blocks are just made of wood. But hey, it's Minecraft. Okay. And the pathway has to come 1 block beyond the chest. So just make sure that golems don't spawn beyond the farm. If they do, you're gonna have to wipe them out. And good luck with fighting golems. Okay, that's it. That's it for the radius, right there. This farm is now ready to be turned on. We got the water flow. We got the collection system. These are just some cosmetic supports that the blocks aren't floating in the air. But that's done. You can see that we removed the block in the center. Don't care if I pick it up, if it despawns, the zombie picks it up. Don't care. This farm is done. And there's the first iron golem already. Within seconds of being done. Farm works. And there was much happiness on the surface. Okay. That's our handy dandy Wattles farm. Thank you, Wattles. You're just a beautiful boy. Thank you. But do you know what's better than one Wattles farm? Like, seriously, what is better than a Wattles iron farm? The answer should be obvious to everybody. I'll show you what's better. Just taking a moment to enjoy it. So, what's better than one Wattles farm? 3 Wattles farms! Ha 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 ha! More iron. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.